much fun as I ended up having hunting waterfowl, I was already looking forward to day number 3 to get out and hunt blacktails. I mean, that is what I really wanted. As a big game guy, the blacktail is where it's at up here. It's morning number 3 of our blacktail hunt, and we're finally getting to spend a morning blacktail hunting. The wind was absolutely relentless last night. It did not let up a bit. In fact, it got even worse. So we were afraid we were going to be stuck waterfowl hunting, and not that that would be a bad consolation prize, but I really want to get out and shoot a blacktail. So we're not in the A spot because the wind is still too bad to get the boats across the bay, but we're definitely in a good spot. So it's our first morning. Morning's always better than midday, even for way up here hunting these blacktails. Let's go make it happen.
Weather, you know, weather's everything on Kodiak and anywhere in Alaska it is. You know, let it blow and all of a sudden it calms down and all the animals come out. So it just, weather's weather, and I think you hunt in it no matter what.
So he took us down to the end of the bay, some country we were looking at from the duck blind that looked just perfect for deer, but we also knew that the pressure was high because there are other hunters in the area and we couldn't get out, they couldn't get out. So we're all kind of at the local mall. When the weather gets bad, everybody funnels there. And here, when the weather gets bad and you can't get out to the good blacktail hunting, everybody funneled there. And we were seeing all kinds of deer sign, but it was old. And with that deer sign, we were seeing all kinds of boot tracks, and they were fresh. So we worked an area, we worked high, didn't see very many deer, continued our work our way back down toward the water. Saw a few does scattered in there, not much. Overall, it was a great experience, but the frustration was high because yes, we were hunting blacktails, but we weren't hunting blacktails where we wanted to be, and the clock was ticking. The anticipation of waiting for this hunt had suddenly come down to 2 days. If it weren't for such fantastic scenery, I think I would have had a pretty frustrating day in the deer woods. 7 hours, and we saw the tail end of one doe, and I don't think it had much to do with our stealth. I don't think it had much to do with our tactics. I just think we were in kind of a rough spot. My best guess is because the weather's been bad, there've been a lot of other people up here hunting, and the deer have moved on to somewhere else. So all I can do at this point is just sit back tonight, say a little prayer that the wind dies down, and we'll get into some good dirt tomorrow and hopefully get into some big bucks. We were tired, we were frustrated, we were dejected. So we hop on the boat with Mike. We got 200 yards into the bay, and it was like somebody had opened the buck gates. We had saw nothing but does the day before, and we had seen nothing but bucks. We got in, it was a big buck down low, big buck up high. Didn't want to go after that one. Little buck here, little buck there, and there's 2 ways to go about this. It is perfectly legal to shoot a deer from the boat, but I still wanted some of that pure Alaskan adventure. I wanted to get off the boat and make a shot. Granted, I wanted to see the deer I was going after before I went after him, but I wanted to get off the boat and at least get one under my belt because I have 2 buck tags in my pocket. I wanted to get one under my belt, doing it the right way, if you will, before I was going to put another one on the ground for meat. We just spotted 2 decent bucks from the boat, and they're not far. I'm going to sneak up over this ridge if I can catch my breath before then. See if we can't put one down. I climb up over a little berm, and I had lost him for a second, and as soon as that buck popped his head up, I got on the shooting sticks and got ready, and there was a blessing. The first buck we saw was a decent buck. Out from the alders right behind him come a little bigger one. I held off, they started walking away because they knew something wasn't right. It's impossible to land that boat on the beach and on the rocks and sneak off completely silent. So they knew something was up. They started walking away, and I let them have it. That wasn't the best shot. I don't think it was pretty. He turned. I gotta get on him right away though. There he is. Right down there in the low. These deer are the most handsome deer, in my opinion. Whitetails, muleys, it doesn't matter. A beautiful dark brown patch, double white throat patch. I mean, he is absolutely gorgeous. I guess this deer right here is probably a 2.5, maybe even a 3.5-year-old deer. He's with another buck working the beaches, and that's exactly what I wanted to have happen this last day. We worked our tails off. I think the coolest part about Alaska is no matter how much of an avid sportsman you are, you come up here and you feel like a complete neophyte. It's not hard to come up and have an absolutely fantastic time, shoot some really cool stuff, have a great time with your friends, and make memories that'll last forever, no matter what else you go on to do in your hunting career.
One More Thing is brought to you by Can-Am. The ride says it all.
Now, when I traveled to Kodiak Island for waterfowl and Sitka Blacktails, I had an immediate problem. What guns do I take? I needed one for deer and one for ducks. Now, baggage fees are spendy when traveling that far, but the biggest problem is that final flight from Kodiak City to Larsen Bay. They'll haul your butt for free, but it's going to cost you 65 cents a pound to take any extra gear. After a bit of research, the decision became eerily simple: the Mossberg Flex System. The last thing I want to do is stand here and lecture you about the capabilities of a slug gun, but as I showed in Iowa, I can knock a fly off a whitetail's hide at 130 yards with this gun, so I knew taking it to Alaska for Sitka Blacktails was not going to be a problem. The coolest thing about this entire system is that it's built around this right here, one single receiver. So we hunt blacktails for a day, get socked in by the wind, and can't go out the second day to hunt blacktails. I want to hunt ducks. Like any other shotgun, put on your bird barrel and you're ready to go. But when I'm hunting ducks, I like a little thicker clothing because I like to be warm, and I want some camo. Fore end changed. The coolest part is right here. Get rid of my slug gun stock, customize it for my waterfowl gun, and I'm ready to hunt Harleys. One gun, hundreds of options. It's like Legos for big boys.
Up next, one animal, two hunters, and a clear difference of opinion. You Call the Shots is next.